Hello all, my name is Abdul Rahman, and in this video I am going to add the dynamic sidebar onto our website. Okay, so if you remember in the last video we have been working with the foreign keys. So there at the end of the video, so we were getting there some error. So I have done that error somewhere around in this one. So what I have done is I have rewritten this one. So I used to push this code on the GitHub. So I have rewritten this code, and then I didn't get any error. I didn't got any errors. So okay, anyhow guys. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, right now I am getting my website something like this. So the test was, so there was a tutorial known as test. So I deleted that one. So now before that one, I was getting our page something like this one. All of this stuff was getting on our website. So now I am going to open this and I am going to delete this one. Yes, I am sure. So anyway guys, as you can see here we have all of these stuff, but if I reload this page, then our page is going to become blank. Okay, so first of all I want to modify our website, like for example, if I there will be some tutorials. So if I click on this tutorials, then I should get a page where I can see all of this stuff. And the sidebar that I was saying was, so if I see here, if you see here, we are getting this type of sidebar, but here there will be some type of another type of sidebar, so that I am going to add here. So first of all, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, I am going to open the VS Code, and here as you can see here below this one, not here, sorry. So now below this, if single select in tutorials. Okay guys, so I am going to add here something tab. Okay, now I am going to add here something like what we say, and I am going to wait a second, sorry. So I am going to paste, or let's type that one. So okay, so anyhow guys, let's type in that one. So first of all, I am going to type here something like this tutorial. So as you can see here, I have written this. So now I am going to create a variable known as this tutorial. So I am going to type tutorial. So this is the tutorial. Then this tutorial should be equals to this tut. I am calling this the tutorial, what we say, tutorial class, remember. So tutorial is a class, and then I am going to give you objects of, sorry, I done the mistake here. So I don't need this bracket right now. Then I am going to use here the, and the end of it, right now I am going to give dot get, and then I am going to use here the, what we say, I am going to use some stuff like tutorial slug, and then I am going to use the tutorial, and I'm going to use all of this stuff. So now dot get we have, and I am going to use here the tutorial. So I don't want here tutorial content, so I want to use tutorial slug should be equals to single slug itself. So anyhow guys, as you can see here, I have pasted this, so I have written all of this stuff, but I don't want to render this return this HTTP response. Okay, so for doing that stuff, so as you can see here, I don't want to return this HTTP response. So instead of this one, I am going to, what we say, remove this, and instead of this one, I am going to use here the render, and here I am going to pass here the template name. Okay, so then, so here I'm going to use here something like main slash tutorial tutorial.html. Then I'm going to use here, so here I am going to give it the context, and okay, so now I'm going to type here something like what we say, I'm going to type it the context that I've typed. So I'm going to use the tutorial okay, and then I'm going to use here the this tutorial. So first of all, I'm going to, what we say, so as you can see here we have the tutorial, and then I'm going to pass here the, what we say, I should okay, so this tutorial something like this one. Now I'm going to create this one, what we say, this home.html. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste this one. Now here I am going to rename, so instead of this one tutorial.html, so I'm going to close this one. Right now I'm using the tutorial.html. Now I have copied and pasted this one. So now I don't want all of these code to be inside of our this one. So now I am going to remove all of these stuff, and I'm going to place the block of code that I have written basically. So I'm going to select, and sorry, I have, so wait a second, I'm going to paste all of, now I'm going to select and paste this one. Now as you can see here, we have like tutorial, and then we have the tutorial title, and we have all of these stuff on our website. So now with this we can click on our tutorial, and then that works. So now let's reload. I think it will be working. So now if I click on this one, I want to add here this one. So now if I go in the categories, so we have this categories, but so I want to delete this one. Yes, I'm sure. So now while deleting this category, I'm getting content failed. So now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go in this series. So I don't want this series 3 should be here. Okay, now I'm going to delete this series also, so I don't want this. Now let's check whether in which series. Okay, so now let's go in the tutorials. So for this one I have only one series. For this one also I have this tutorial slug, this one, and for this also I have this tutorial series one. Now let's change its tutorial slug. Let's give it to one itself. Save it, and then all of these are same. Okay, anyhow guys, now I'm going to go in the home series. Let's check how many series we have. Delete this one. Now I'm going to go on this home, and in this categories I don't want this. Now let's delete. Why are we getting this type of error? So wait a second, are we having any test? No. Okay, so guys, now I should go on this one. Yes, I'm sure. So as you can see here, I'm going to paste this block of code here, something like this one, and I'm going to store this one. Okay, so as you can see here, the error message itself showing the one key, which means you are deleting a parent table where the child table contains the primary table element as a foreign key. So now to avoid, you need to delete the child table records first after that. Okay, so anyhow guys, I'm going to close this one, and then I think now I should search for the where are the tutorials. So in this series I have this one in this test. Okay guys, anyhow, now I'm going to go on this main, as you can see here on this home page. Let's say now I have been reading all of these stuff right now. So as I said you, I want a dynamic sidebar, something like this one. Let's say we have this tutorial, so this is a page. So if I click on this tutorial, then I'm going to get this page. Then if I click, so I should get all of this stuff on our website. So now I'm going to reload this one. So first of all, I want a dynamic sidebar, as I said you. Okay, so for that dynamic sidebar, I'm going to, so for doing that stuff, I'm going to go on our views.py, control Z, Y, save, then okay, so this one will I closed, so I don't need this, I don't need this one. Okay, anyhow guys, so now I'm going to head to the views.py, and then I'm going to make here this some changes. So now let's edit our modify our views.py. So first of all, here what we say, now I am going to add here what we say below here. So where was I? Here itself. Okay, so below this tutorial I am going to add some more things. Okay, so first of all, here I am going to add here below this, and so I am going to add here this tutorial is something like this one. So first of all, I have this tutorial slug, and I have all of those stuff. So first of all, I am going to give here tutorial. Okay, and then I am going to type tutorial from the what we say. I have to give here something like series. Okay, so I am going to give here something like tutorial from series. Tutorial from series. Okay, and then it should be equal to URL tutorial, and then it should be something like dot objects. Okay, so it should Okay, so now it should be dot objects dot filter, something like this. Now I'm going to remove, and okay, so anyhow guys, now in this brackets, now we need these brackets, so I'm going to give here the tutorial series. So tutorial series, and I'm going to use here double underscore. I'm going to talk about what is the use of double underscore, how it is useful. So I'm going to use here the tutorial series. Okay, so now it should be equals to this tutorial, this tutorial. So now it should be equals to this tutorial dot, I should add here what we say, it should be equal to what we tutorial series only, or this tutorial dot tutorial series, something like that. So I'm going to make, wait a second. So okay, anyhow guys, now let's type in that one, like this tutorial dot tutorial series. Now I'm going to type here the tutorial series, something like this one. Now I should use here what we say. So below, above this one, if you see here, we are using earliest, so like that one only, here I'm going to use the order by dot order by, something like this, and in the brackets I'm going to real tutorial ublist tutorial published. Now I have returned this one, but I have to make the changes in the rendering. Now here, okay, so now we have the main tutorial, this tutorial. So now I have to give here the comma inside these flower braces, and I don't want this to be here, something. Okay, so now in this one I'm going to add here something like this one, and so here something like sidebar. Okay guys, and then comma, I'm going to give here some space and do the tutorial from series. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to make here some more space, and so here I'm going to use a the flower braces, and in this one I'm going to add here something like this tut underscore idx. So I'm going to talk about index, this one, so idx means index. Anyhow, now I'm going to use it this one, and it should be something like this tutorials idx. Anyhow, so I'm going to make here another one known as this tutorial idx, something like this one. So I'm going to use here this tutorial idx, something like this one. Now it should be equals to some type of list, and then it should be from the tutorial series tutorials. Okay, so tutorials from the series, so I should give here something like tutorials from series. Now so it should be something like tutorials dot series, and then I'm going to use here the index, all of these stuff. So now dot index index, and there should be something like this this tutorial, something like this one. Now we can use the what we say, the sidebar. So now we have returned the code for the sidebar. Now I have to modify our tutorial.py. So tutorial.html. Now in this one, control V, as you can see here, I have pasted a block of code which is very useful for us. So basically in this folder there are basically what we say, this is materialized CSS only that I have used here. Now we can use this from the getbootstrap.com. So now let's see on the getbootstrap.com. Now it's taking some time for opening. So now I'm going to use here the other, I don't want to use 5.02. Okay, so now I want to use here the sidebars. So color option components, or let's see here the component itself. Let's search here the sidebar. Now if I click on this sidebar, so we can get all of this. Now anyhow I no need of this one, so I have pasted this block of code, so you can check this from the GitHub. So I'm going to give the link in the description below, so you go there and copy this code. Okay, so now as you can see here, I'm going to save. So now we have all of these stuff onto this page, but I don't want to make anything now right now. So now so I have done all of this stuff here, right thing. So now I'm going to save this one, save, and now I'm going to check here, are we getting any? No. Now I'm going to reload my page, so nothing is going to look. So I'm at the end Now I'm getting request F, the error. So return HTTP response. Line number 20 views dot by. Line number 20 we are getting this. So I have done this mistake. Now if I reload, so now let's do and say anyhow home. Let's give log out, register, login. Let's, so I'm going to give you something like 9 here. So login. Now you are not logged in. So anyhow guys, you are not going to get anything on this page right now. So now anyhow guys, you are not going to get all of this stuff as you can see here. So our page is our, so now right now up to this point we are not getting any type of errors. So now first of all I'm going to open the browser. So first of all I'm going to type here the materialicss.com. So here as you can see here, so first of all on our website here this page is basically blank, so I want to fill this one, but I can add the tutorials, but right now I don't want to add anything. So first of all I'm going to go in the JavaScript and then in this one anyhow. So as you can see here, the nav and the sidebar is something like this, will be something like this. Okay, so this will be the first, this will be the second, the third. Okay, so this will be something like this. So you can add all of these stuff as you can see here. So we can, so this nav sidebars will be something like this. So there will be, you will be getting a button. So if you click on that button, then we are going to go on the tutorial. So here I am going to explain you here itself. So let's say this is the first tutorial, okay, and here you will be getting lesson the Python and VS Code installation, and here you are going to get about this, something about this tutorial, and here you are going to get something like a button known as go, something like that. Okay, then if you want, if you click on that button, then you are going to go on that tutorial. Okay, then if you are on a tutorial, then you are going to get something like this one. Okay, so I have done all of these stuff, but I have to add here the button. So I'm going to close this one now. The VS Code, I have to open the header.html, something like this one. Now at the end of this page I am going to add that button script. Okay, so now I am going to give here something like m dot. So I have seen this one. So you basically I don't know these what we say HTML, but I have seen this from the material CSS INIT. So INIT, and then I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to use this one. Now I'm going to save this one, and are we getting any errors? Now Python manager Python server, are we getting anyhow? Okay, so now is anyhow guys, we are not getting any error. So now I want to add the tutorials. So first of all I'm going to go to the tutorials. Categories, let's add a category, add a tutorial category. So it should be what we say P1PH2N Python, and category summary should be something like, so let's give the web development development. Category should be something, category summary should be something like, in this tutorials we are going into, so in this video we are going to PME develop web applications using Flask and Flask and Django. Now something I should get here. This is web development. Now I'm going to save this one. Now as you can see here we have this one. Now I'm going to go in the series. Anyhow guys, now let's go in the tutorials. Now I'm going to add here something, a tutorial title. Sorry, where was I? Here itself. Now I'm going to open the YouTube. So I'm going to check the latest tutorials. So my tutorials. So I'm going to type here what we say. Now I'm going to open, click on this one, view Abdul Rahman. So I'm going to open my channel, and now let's copy the link address. And so now let's add the tutorial title. So first of all, tutorial title should be this one, and tutorial slug should be, what was the tutorial slug? Let's open the 127. Now slash admin. Now let's go in the categories. Now web development category का slug. So this was the category slug. Paste this one. Now I want to create a new series. So now I'm going to create the new series to, and the categories like this: web development, something region. This is Django and flask web series, something like this one, and I'm going to paste its links something around here. Sorry, so I should not here hello all LCM, welcome BSCK, welcome back to NOTHER, another IDEO. So now wait a second, I'm going to open this one itself first. So I'm going to go on this user login and log out. I'm going to copy this one, and here I'm going to open this inside media. I'm going to paste, so something like this itself. Now here instead of this one, I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to paste all this stuff here. Now let's save. Anyhow guys, let's save this one. Now I have added this one right now. Okay guys, so I'm going to add another tutorial by giving something, this one. So I'm going to copy this one, and here I'm going to use here this one. So tutorial slug should be something. So tutorial slug was, sorry, I have done the mistake. Wait a second. So tutorial slug was different, so it was the category slug. I should save this one first. So from the development, this is the, sorry, so I have done the mistake. Now let's see if the tutorial slug should be one itself. Now I have given all of these stuff right now. Let's save the bold one itself. So first of all, I'm going to go here and first copy. Okay, so now I'm going to add the another tutorial, this one part 12, and tutorial should be one itself. Now it should be two. HELLO. So now I'm going to paste its description. So I'm going to copy the description. Okay, so now I'm going to paste here. Oh, let's wait a second. Hello all else, yeah, and welcome back. So now below this one, I'm going to copy its link, and I'm going to paste here this one. So I'm going to paste, okay, this one, all of this stuff. Okay guys, now anyhow guys, we don't need this folder to be here. Now I'm going to save this one. I did successfully. So now I am going to give you something like slash this one, sorry, wait a second, I'm going to copy this, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and then I'm going to paste it around here. So as you can see here, we are getting the error in the what we're facing is like line number 22 views.py. So I'm going to open the views.py line number 22 part 1. Let's check where is the part 1. Sorry, what I'm doing here. Okay, PART dash S part 1. More results we are getting here. So I've used this one part 1, I think so. Yeah, instead of this one, I should give here something like this one. Okay, so now I think I am not going to get the error. let's okay. So anyhow guys, we are getting this error. Let's go back on our page. So we are going to get all of the stuff in this video. So anyhow guys, that's all for this video. So if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. So anyhow guys, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching and thank you. Bye.